See, I believe that English improvement, whatever communication skill development, is the result actually. It's the result of your habits. And English improvement is the byproduct of reading. So if you're focusing on English, then it's not going to help you. But if you focus on reading, if you focus on reading some good stuff, not only your mind, your mental toughness will change, but your English also will improve. So here I go. I have 5 books here for you, which I'm going to share with you. And let us start with the first one. Friends, understand mental toughness is all about your thoughts and your body. Psychosomatic, psycho, thoughts, body, soma, thoughts and body. And what connects our thoughts and body is our breathing. The way you feel is reflected from the way you breathe actually. And in this book which I have with me, written by James Nestor, Breathe, The New Science of Lost Art. This book, it talks about how to breathe in a right way. And in fact, I purchased this book and my daughter finished this book before I finished, and she told this is a great book. Dad, you must read this book. And I recommend this book. I finished this book. This book is about breathing. What is the right way to breathe? So that it will help you to be mentally more stable, more calmer, and think in a better way, because your breathing, if you are angry, your breathing is very shallow. But if you are calm and relaxed, you breathe slowly. So in this book is written scientifically actually. And in this book, the author has told about the right ways to breathe. In this year, I think you should learn how to breathe by reading this book. This is the first book. Now here I go. Second book is there with me, and this book is about, of course, mental toughness is about emotions. And our biggest problem is we don't know how to deal with emotions. First of all, we don't know what are the emotions which we are going through. And then we don't know about how to handle them. We are completely helpless when we are emotionally disturbed. And as I have always said that life is all about managing your emotions, because we are not human beings, we are emotional beings. So reading a great book about mastering your emotions is always a must in this year 2024, I think. And here I have a book written by, the pronunciation is very difficult surname, Thibaut Musiri. Pronunciation of the surname is always difficult. So this is the book, Master Your Emotions. Awesome book. I finished the book, not a big book, a small book. This book talks about the CBT, cognitive behavior therapy, and rational emotive behavior therapy. And this author has definitely read many books and written this book. A very nice book, definitely simple language, very simple to understand. It will help you to build your vocabulary also and your English as well, sentence framing also. So I recommend this as the second book on our cards in the year 2024. Must go with this book. Now tell me one thing. In the year 2024, which emotion you don't want? And that emotion is stress. I mean, who doesn't want stress? No one wants stress. And we don't know how to handle stress. Emotional toughness is about your ability to deal with stress, because stress is inevitable. You can't get out of stress. I mean, if you're living in this world, if you are competing, if you're having a job and family, stress is a must. But some great researchers have done some great research on stress. And here I have a book written by Kelly McGonigal, The Upside of Stress. This is the book about stress. Definitely go with this book. Read about stress. And if you are going through stress, apply some techniques given in this book. And she has also given a great TED Talk also, which is very popular TED Talk. It has got millions of hits. In this book, Kelly McGonigal talks about stress, talks about how to handle stress, talks about how to deal with stress. She is not saying that don't do anything which can create stress in you. She is talking about your mindset towards stress, how to look at the stress. Stress is not a problem. The way we look at stress, we hate stress, we fear stress, we want to avoid stress. That's the problem. And this book has a lot of study and research been done by the psychologist. And it's really nice. I personally have finished this book. I have finished this book actually 2 times. Many a times I read book 2 times, sometimes 3 times also. Then I listen to the audio format of this book. So this is the book, The Upside of Stress, written by Kelly McGonigal. One of my favorite books this is. So let's go for the next book now. The next book is in my hand, Sheryl Sandberg. Now, many of you may not know, but you use the product Facebook. Sheryl Sandberg is a CFO of Facebook, and this book, which I have in front of me, is written by Sheryl Sandberg and my favorite author, Adam Grant. This book talks about, let me show you this book first. This book is Option B. Option B, what is this option B? Because in this book, Sheryl Sandberg, she goes through a tragedy in her life. She loses her husband. I mean, her husband gets a heart attack and he dies. And then the way she recovered from that loss, and how she handled herself, and how Adam Grant helped her to come out of such a big loss. It's a fascinating book written by both of these great people. I definitely would love to read this book, because in this book, I still remember, this book I finished some 3 years before. In this book, a very nice concept is given by Adam Grant about if you lose someone, how to handle this. And in this particular case, she loses her husband, and then he tells Sheryl that, okay, your husband is dead in the gym while working out. But imagine if he was driving with your kids, what would have happened? You would have lost your kids also. So the way you look at a situation, it's very important. Yes, she has lost a very important person in her life, but at least she has her 2 kids with her. So it's an amazing book. Definitely read this book. Option B. Let's move forward now. Now the next book in front of me is written by Anna Lemke. Now, few days before, I was listening a podcast, and Work Life by Adam Grant. I always listen to this podcast. And in that podcast, I listened her interview, and I was flabbergasted, actually, the research she has done. And this book is really awesome to be mentally tougher, to handle yourself, to understand how our brain functions, the cravings, the addictions which we have. And if this year, if you want to be mentally more in control, this book is for you. The Dopamine Nation by Anna Lemke. Awesome book. Talks about dopamine and how it works, and how we are really gone crazy, addicted for more, and consume more and more data, more food, more stuff, all this, and how we are getting into depression and anxiety and worries, and how Dopamine Nation is about maybe US. They're talking about that nation where there is abundance. There is a lot of abundance, but still people are just indulged in more dopamine activities. Go for this book. Go for this book. Now this has become one of my favorite books. So in this year, 2024, these are the 5 books which you have to go through. As I move forward, as I read more books, as I finish more books, I will let you know about this. So friends, it was really nice talking to you, sharing these 5 books with you. Links of these books are given in the description. Go and buy these books. Maybe, yeah, I mean, for example, this book, what is the cost? This book cost is 700 rupees. But I tell you, it's worth investing. It's worth. The best investment is in books. The best investment is in learning. So don't bother about money. Invest in books. When you read a book, one single idea can change your life. So 700 rupees, I mean, yeah, it's a big amount, I understand. But it's worth investing. Well, if I say that 10,000 rupees for a mobile doesn't sound much, but 700 rupees for a book sounds much. But a book can change your life. Thanks a lot for watching this video, and namaste. Thank you.